Our countdown to tip-off continues. Today's stop is Alva, and we get to visit with the head coach of the Northwestern men's basketball team, Coach Vinay Patel. Coach, it is a privilege to get to visit with you today. I always enjoy talking to you. I think that you're just a fun person to visit with, too, and I've appreciated getting to know you in recent years. But, man, I'm glad to talk about basketball right now. So tell us how things are going in Alva, Oklahoma. How are the practices going? What's happening right now with the Northwestern men's team?
Well, the weather's starting to turn now, so usually it'd be the sign of basketball tipping off. We still got a little bit to wait, but it's been challenging, I think, for everybody in our league. I've talked to a lot of the coaches in this conference, and we got a lot of uncertainty and challenges that we're overcoming every day with the virus. But I give a lot of credit to Brad Franz and Janet Cunningham, our president. They've been phenomenal. They've helped us through this time, not only our athletic department basketball team, but our entire university. So, they've given us the ability to be able to practice and make our team better and try to prepare for this upcoming season. And from really the end of last year to right now, it's been nothing but a challenge. Our season ended. We had a ton of seniors last year. I think, we beat Harding on senior night last year. The next day I was in a car driving 13 hours to do an in-home visit. I went through about 6 different states in a week, flew out to California. Then the country got shut down, flew back. And then, Coach Jordan Franz, our associate head coach, and I came up with about every which way possible that we could recruit from home base because we couldn't go anywhere and we couldn't bring anyone here. So our challenge was flipping an entire roster virtually, really. So, lots of Zoom, lots of FaceTime. I learned to do a lot of different things that I didn't know about in the recruiting, but we were very creative. And I give our entire staff, even our grad assistant, Elijah Chrisman, a lot of credit. Him and Colby, our other grad assistant, they were coming up with graphics. We were doing all kinds of things that you can imagine because I want to at least portray what it actually is before a kid gets here, because I want them to feel comfortable as they get here and know what they're signing up for. And so, it was really challenging after the season ended to build this roster, but we were really excited about the pieces we've added. Again, it's a whole new look. I'm hoping we'll be able to get back to playing how our teams have played in the past, back when I was at Oklahoma City, a little bit more up-tempo than we were a year ago, but we're still going to have a huge emphasis on the defensive end and try to be really sharp on that end.
Coach, that actually, it's a great segue. Maybe you need to trade places with me because you segued really well into what I wanted to talk about there. And I want to give you a chance to talk about your team because the roster is very much different from what it was last year. When I had a chance to meet you, you were at Oklahoma City University at OCU, and that is something I noticed about your team. It's defense oriented, but it's very up tempo too. The kids get up and down the court really well, and I would imagine that is challenging to replicate in some way other than getting them on the practice court. How are they looking right now in practice?
It's been good. I was talking to our former women's coach at OCU last night, Bo Overton, and we were just talking about the different ways to attack this thing. What's made it more challenging is you push and you push and you push these guys in practice, and the reward is the game. And we haven't had a game yet. So this is probably the longest stretch of practice I think anyone's gone through before in basketball and not had the reward for a game. So, we've done a lot of different things to change it up. We've done a lot of unique things as far as we've already prepped some teams for this next semester just so we're guarding different things. But, at the end of the day, it becomes harder because they're just guarding the same people every single day. So that makes things a little bit more challenging. But I've had a lot of fun with this team. I think it's actually helped us because we have so many new faces, kind of figure things out a little bit quicker. It would have been challenging October 15th to the start of the season with this many new faces to have things intact for an opening tip. But we've had a little bit extra time. So maybe it'll look a little bit more normal when we do tip it off in January. And these guys will be a little bit more familiar with what we're trying to accomplish on the court as well. So, that's hopefully going to be the benefit of having this much practice time. But I know our guys are itching to compete at this stage. I've been very transparent with them from day one. Anytime I get information from our administration, we've relayed it to them to try to keep them in the loop and keep their spirits up because, you look online every day, you look on social media and every day, and some teams not playing because of this, or, we've had the Ivy League is already shut down its season. And so, my big deal is just being transparent with our players of what's going on. They're excited. They've seen the schedule now because it's been released, and they're just excited to compete. At the end of the day, is it ideal? Probably not for anyone right now. But what I've tried to portray to them is, hey, be grateful that we got a chance to compete right now, because there's a lot of people that haven't had that chance or still not going to get that chance to compete. So we're going to take it a game at a time when we get there. But we are definitely anxious to get to January. I can tell you that for sure.
We're speaking now with Coach Vinay Patel from Northwestern. And yes, you and me both, Coach. We're ready for January to get here. And January 7th, things open up throughout the Great American Conference. We talk about the overhaul of your roster. There are some players that have moved from last year into this year. You have 3 players that will carry over, including a couple of seniors in Hewitt and Peck. Talk about those who are coming back for your team.
Peck's been here. Jack Peck's been here for 3 years now. 2 years ago, before I was here, he was our team's leading scorer. Struggled a little bit at times for us early last year, but came on really strong down the stretch. So we're excited to have him for another year. Parrish, he was really one of our go-to guys last year, all year long. There was times that I just felt like we asked so much of him last year. We asked him to be our leading scorer. We asked him to be our best defender. We moved him all over the place, anywhere from the 2, the 3 to the 4 last year. We asked him to rebound for us. We asked him to play a ton of minutes. I mean, I think down the stretch, we may have subbed him one time in the first half, and then he'd play the entire second half. So, we put a lot of weight on his shoulders last year. I'm hoping we've got him some help this year, a little bit more help than what we had offensively a year ago. And then we bring Cole Jones back, who's another experienced guard. And I love the fact we got Cole a ton of experience, especially second semester last year. And he's proving to be one of the best shooters on our team this year already. And he knows that's a big way to get himself on the court this year. One of our emphasis in recruiting this year was shooting. We struggled with that a year ago. As a staff, what we tried to do last year was anything we could to put our team in position to win. And so for us last year, that made us play a little bit more ugly than we wanted to. We slowed the game down. We ran a lot of sets. I think we lost 6 or 7 games by 5 points or less last year. So it gave us a chance to be in the game, but we were definitely missing some firepower. So to have 3 guys back that can put the ball in the hole, that's tremendous right now, because they know everything that I'm asking for as a coach right now. The thing I really like about them right now is they also know what we want defensively, and they also know what we want in the locker room. So those guys are doing a great job of leading these new guys into what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. But even with them, I don't think they necessarily know how I want this thing to look yet, because we had to play so different last year. All I was trying to do last year is give those guys a chance to win every single game and try to put them in position to win every single game. Did I get to do it the way I ideally want to do it? No, but I'm hoping this year with this group of guys, we'll be able to do that. And that is play a little bit more up tempo and free offensively. So I like the firepower that we've brought in offensively. We got longer in the post. We definitely needed some more length. Jaden Whitfield was a senior for us last year, was tremendous inside for us at 6'5". But, we started him and David Thornton at the 4-5 most of the year last year. David was 6'3", Jaden 6'5". So, at times when we played bigger teams, as most of the teams are in this conference, it made it a little bit more challenging for us. So, when we set foot on recruiting last spring, we said, we need shooting and we need a lot of length inside. And I think we accomplished what we were trying to accomplish in recruiting as far as what our team makeup is now. I definitely think it's going to fit the style of play we're going to try to bring to the table this year. We're going to try to get up and down. We are going to try to still guard very aggressively like we normally do. But, we're going to have a big emphasis on running this year. We want to score a lot more points than we did. And I do think that's where Parrish, Jack, and Cole with their experience are going to help, because they also know when to turn shots down. And I think that's hard to teach at times. But with having that experience, I think that's going to definitely help our basketball team.
Coach, having as many seniors as you did last year, it makes for a more natural transition to be able to restock, your arsenal of players with the players that you want. You have a number of new faces coming in, some redshirt freshmen, but mainly a bunch of juniors and seniors. Can you take us through that?
We wanted to get some upperclassmen to get some help immediately. I mean, that was our goal. We want to build for the future. There's no doubt about that, but we also want to try to win right now. And that's a big goal for us this year. And we thought we could best do that with getting some upperclassmen. We did bring in a 6'9" freshman we're excited about, Braden Gray out of Kansas. He came from a small town out there. So we brought him to try to help down the road. But he's probably not going to immediately step in for us a ton this year. So you won't get to see him a ton. But when we went out and found these transfers, it was all guys that we said, hey, we want these guys to immediately help us on the floor in some way. So for us, we attacked it in a lot of different ways. We knew losing A.J. Jones, who we just loved at the point guard last year. He was essentially a 3-year starter at this or in this program over the course of his career. And, I loved coaching AJ. I can tell you that he's probably one of my most favorite players to coach of all time. And so we knew right away we needed to replace him at that point spot. So we went and found 2.5 guys, really, 2 guys that can play that spot. RJ Mason transferred in from Temple Junior College. He had like 127 assists to 30 turnovers on the season down at Temple Junior College. We worked really hard to get him for that point spot. And then Dion Barrett's transferring in as a senior transfer from Texas A&M Commerce. And he had 117 assists when he played junior college prior to going to Commerce. So we went and found 2 guys that we thought could really move the ball. But both of them can also put the basketball in the hole. They can shoot it really well. Both RJ and Dion Barrett are going to be deep threats, and they're quick guards. So, we think they're going to be able to play the pace we want to play. And then we signed a guard, Derek White, out of a junior college in Florida. And that's why I say 2.5, because Derek for us is he's turning into be a true utility guard, which is what we wanted. We're going to play him at the 1, at the 2, at the 3. He's a bigger, stronger guard. He's about 6'1", 6'2", 190, 195 pounds. He's well put together kid, shoots it really well. So, we're excited that he can plug any hole that we have at any stage. So, those 3 guards we were really excited about to get in a hurry as far as true kind of combo type guards. We wanted length at a lot of spots. So, Arturo Bingham's transferring in from Milwaukee Division I school, and he's a 6'5" wing that we're going to play at the wing and the 4 spot for us. He won 6A state championship in high jump in the state of Mississippi out of high school. So the kid could just jump out of the gym, and he's also one of our best 3-point shooters as well. So we're excited about the athleticism that he's going to bring to the table for us. And then we brought a sharpshooter, Oscar Maldonado, who's a 6'5", 6'6" wing out of a junior college in Colorado. So that adds a little bit more length to our perimeter to go along with Parrish and Jack, who are, both 6'3" and 6'4" as well. So that kind of rounds up our guard spots right there. And both Oscar Maldonado and Arturo Bingham will play at the 4 spot some as well. And then we went and got some bigs. Justin Blunt was the first one that we targeted, and we actually had offered him in October, and I'd actually recruited him out of high school when I was at Oklahoma City. So get a chance to get him. We were really excited. He's 6'7", out of a junior college down in Texas. I think he's got a chance to be a tremendous rebounder for our team. He's probably one of our best athletes inside. We signed Veron Kalanj, a junior college in Colorado. He's an inside-out forward who's 6'8". We're really excited about his potential moving forward. And then we got a couple guys that have got Division I experience in Bubba from Houston. And Mato, Lincoln Memorial last year. But Mato and Bubba are 6'9", be one of the best 3-point shooters on our team. And Bubba Furlong got a lot of time at Sam Houston, and he is coached by a very good friend of mine, Jason Hooten, who coaches very similar to me. So the transition for Bubba as a senior transfer coming in to play that 5 spot for us has been very easy and very quick for him. So I see him having immediate success right away. So really those are our big guys that came in along with our guards. A lot of new faces. If you ask me today, who's going to start on opening night, we still have no clue at this stage. It's starting to clear up a little bit each day we get closer, but we've had some fun battles every single day in practice. And I think that's what stuck out the most for our basketball team is, there's a lot of competition going on, and it's made for some healthy practices because guys know they're competing for spots this year, and they know none of them are going to be handed to them either.
Well, it sounds like things are going well for you, Coach. And by the way, I wonder if you recruit 2.5 players, what does that do for your scholarship offerings? I don't know exactly how. We'll let compliance take care of that and see how that all works out. Coach Vinay Patel, the head men's basketball coach of the Northwestern Rangers, whose team is picked in the 4th spot in the Western Division of the Great American Conference this season. Coach Patel, thank you so much for taking time with us today as we count down to tip-off in the GAC.
Thanks for having me on, Joey. Excited for a fun year this year.